Senator and Representative, is this cutting government services?
No.
I thought we were here to cut government. Isn't that what you're doing? Making it simpler and cheaper?
Well, I would say that the ability is still there. We have been doing something that wasn't in our Constitution, so that process will be taken away. So yes, in that fact, we have government employees doing less.
Recognize, the reason I ask the question, there's some folks in the audience say we never cut government. This is cutting government. Thank you.
But I was going to focus on the word services because we are still providing the same service.
Any further questions for committee members? Got a couple people signed up to speak. Well, one of them didn't designate whether for or against, so Kenny Wallace, are you in the room?
Yes.
Mr. Wallace, just have a seat. If you would, make room for Mr. Wallace at the end of the table. Mr. Wallace, if you would, just identify yourself, who you represent. It's my understanding you're speaking against the bill.
Yes, sir. It's Kenny Wallace. I'm not representing any organization. I want to thank the committee for inviting me to speak again. I mentioned this when I spoke against this bill in the Senate committee. There actually, I would like to add more or less amend some items to this. I have been involved in the gathering of signatures before with Arkansas Term Limits, with several other organizations. One of the problems I find is a lot of these big organizations that are hijacking the Constitution by using massive amounts of money, they weren't punished when they were, during the last time when they were committing acts of fraud before. And what I would like to actually see is if an organization is actually deliberately, hiring people that they know are less likely to, be honest in the gathering of signatures, is that they be fined, or perhaps even jail time. I know that there's some bills that allow for felonies for those that are, illegally, forging signatures or are deceiving people by gathering signatures, but there doesn't seem to be much punishment in the way of organizations. And I don't know if there's another piece of legislation that does that or not, but I would like to see that here. Also, I would like for the, Melissa Fults brought this up, when this was discussed last time, that the Election Commission should really approve of the title at the beginning before signatures are gathered, so that we don't have people going out and spending literally a year gathering signatures, only to find that the title has later on been deemed illegal. And also there is a problem we've had in the signature counting where if other signatures are deemed invalid, the entire page is thrown out, thus denying the will of people who have properly signed a signature, but because someone else made a mistake, they are somehow denied, their voice is not heard, even though they did the right thing. And then one thing I would like to see is during the counting of signatures, we have the ability to live stream. I'm using fairly cheap equipment to do it right now. You have the ability here. I would like to see live streaming of the actual counting process of these signatures being verified, so people can look and see and watch what's going on, and give a little more trust. Give people a little more trust in this process. I would like to.
Correction, Mr. Wallace, if you would, hold up just a minute. I've got a committee member that's got a motion.
Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Representative Councilman.
We've already debated this bill and heard this one time before, so therefore I'd like to make a motion to limit debate to 2 minutes per side.
Do you have a motion to limit debate to 2 minutes? Any discussion on the motion? Representative McKenzie, you recognize for discussion on the motion. Oh, I'm sorry, it's non-debatable. All in favor say aye. Aye. All opposed say no. No. The ayes have it. There'll be a 2-minute limitation on debate. And it starts as of right now. Just be aware, Mr. Wallace, there's one other person signed up to speak against the bill, so be considered.
I was just about to close. I would like for this bill to be tabled and amended with some of the ideas that I suggested, and then be brought through again. And with that, I conclude my testimony. Thank you, Chair.
Okay, thank you. Correction, Mr. Tom Steele, are you in the room? Yes, sir, if you would, just have a seat at the end of the table. So remember, there's a time limit. You have 1 minute and 51 seconds left. If you would, state your name and who you represent. It's my understanding you're speaking against the bill.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman and members of the committee. My name is Tom Steele. I'm chair